It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspectives of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is being brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on local radio WMOA AM 1490 and ESPN radio WJAW FM 100.9 and AM 630. It's now time for the show. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Energy Insights on a Saturday morning, and an opportunity again to visit with the business manager for Shale Crescent USA. That is Nathan Lord. And again, thank you for your time this morning, Nathan. Maybe for our listeners, I always like to try to do some comparisons, and I would start with the difference between when we speak of oil and gas and we speak of natural gas. Maybe just give us a little bit of a, I don't want to say what's the difference, because I feel like I know, but then on the other hand, I don't know how one relates to the other or where we are.
Right, definitely, and I understand oil and gas can be confusing terms. There's a lot of different acronyms that are used within the industry, but most of the time, the general public only thinks of oil and gas when it comes to either the price they pay at the pump or the price that they pay for natural gas to heat their home. But really what's important to understand is natural gas is the fuel for manufacturing, and oil is generally the fuel for transportation.
Yeah, so it comes back to what's it mean to me? Let's just say that person that's listening right now in the car or at their home, what's it mean to me? And we see more. We talk about this a lot, but we see more white pickup trucks rolling around and guys from other states and rolling, down the highways and on our way between here and Pittsburgh and from here in West Virginia. But how is that going to come back to me? I'm just sitting here having a cup of coffee. How does this relate to me?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sure everyone has noticed there is an abundance of oil and gas activity within the region, and that all started about 10 years ago. And you'll hear people say, oh, those guys are from the oil and gas industry. Well, largely what you're seeing in this region is natural gas related activity. In 2010, this area was producing 3% of the nation's natural gas. And today, we are producing over 30% of the nation's natural gas. And because of that, natural gas prices have significantly decreased. So that means lower priced heating bill for your home, honestly, lower priced products and in general, lower priced transportation.
All right, and then this might dig a little deeper, but what the natural gas that, and I'm guessing, do they have the same thing in Pennsylvania as they do here, or is our natural gas different from what they have?
Right, that is a great question. So natural gas, you have wet gas and you have dry gas. And the wet gas is a really important asset to have. And fortunately, here in Eastern Ohio, we have a lot of wet natural gas. And that means it has in it ethane, butane, propanes, Y-grade type liquids here. And that ethane is hugely important from a logistical and a manufacturing advantage, because manufacturers in the petrochemical industry will take the ethane, which is that wet natural gas, and they will ultimately turn into what is called polyethylene. And polyethylene, in other words, is known as small plastic pellets.
Sure.
And it's those small plastic pellets that are then converted into the finished tangible products that we touch and use every day, whether it be parts of your cell phone, parts within your car, toothbrush, hairbrush, any product like that.
Okay. And then lastly, talk a little bit about this area, and particularly as you've been in this business as it relates to Shale Crescent USA, the advantage of our location and as it pertains to, the process. So what happens? And natural gas goes from here to here, and ultimately why the advantage is, and people are starting to learn this, is right here where our feet are.
Yes, we have a huge logistical advantage that really can't be matched anywhere else in the world. Right now, the way the petrochemical industry works is because we are producing an abundance of natural gas in the 3 states of Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. That natural gas right now is getting piped down to the Gulf Coast. The Gulf Coast is then, with the cracker facilities that they have down there, cracker facilities is another word for polyethylene, ethylene facility. They are turning that natural gas and those natural gas liquids into plastic pellets. And then they are either railing or barging those pellets back up to this region, the Pittsburghs, the Clevelands, the surrounding states, because much of the converters, the plastic converters that make finished products, are up here. So right now, the natural gas gets piped down to the Gulf Coast and the pellets get railed or barged back up, and we are basically saying that doesn't need to happen anymore. We have the source of supply here. Eliminate that transportation, and that is a huge logistical advantage that can't be matched anywhere else in the world. A good way to summarize that is this is the only place in the world where a company can build directly on the source of supply, the natural gas liquids, and be in the center of consumer demand, the plastic converters. There's no other place like that in the world.
And thank you for the information, and information delivered in a way we can understand it. So I appreciate that more than anything. Nathan Lord is the business manager of Shale Crescent USA. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back next week at the same time, at the same place with Energy Insights.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMOA and ESPN Radio WJAW as Johnny Wolf brings you your local and inside perspectives of the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley.